So today's lesson is going to be all about screencasting. If you don't know what screencasting is, it's what I'm doing right now for you. I'm recording my screen, I'm explaining, I could be pointing, I could be drawing, different things like that. So today I want to go over the why, and then we'll go over the how. A lot of people don't think about Seesaw when it comes to screencasting, but it is perfect for sharing videos with kids, and there's multiple ways to do it, and I'll show you those. So here's the first thing. Some great apps to think about if you would like to get into screencasting. The first thing first, if you are on your iPad, if you have iOS 11, you can enable screen recording right there, and it will record your voice and your screen right on your iPad. It's a great, easy way to share something with your students. My favorite is this one right here, Viddle. Now, Viddle does cost $9.99, but it's a fantastic way to make videos and then share them with your kiddos. So what I do in here is I will input a page such as this one, and then I record my voice and I do them one problem at a time. Okay, there's some other apps that will do this as well. Another one is Explain Everything. Doceri is a great one. Doceri is a free app. I love that one too. And the reason I chose those three is because they will all either go to your camera roll or to Drive. Now, I save all mine to Drive because that way I have them for next year if I want them, and I share them as a link in Seesaw. So let's get to that, what that looks like. So in Seesaw, all right, this is my presentation class, so it looks a little different than my class, but I still use fake students. The new activities are awesome, but I like having fake students because of this. I can go ahead and go right into reading, and I can post a video link right through here. So here's how I do it. Okay, so let me go to my Drive. And in Drive, I have a whole folder that's called screencasting. All right, and I have math and reading and different things like that. Now, one trick with this is if you do use Drive, make sure you make your folders public. Because you do not want your kids saying like, this is private and I have to sign in or something weird like that. So I just make these public, and that way they're easy to find. So let's say I want to share this math journal page. I just tap on it, say get link, and now I can go right back to Seesaw, and I can post to my student's journal as a link, and there it is. Now another thing you can do is in the caption, you can say what it is. So you can say like, Math Journal 25, or you could say which students need to do it, or something else like that. Now, this is just for my students to watch, okay? Now, I have a fake student called Reading. I have one called Word Study. I could have one called Math, or however you want to do it. The nice thing about this now is when I go ahead and upload it, my parents don't see this in my class, only my students do. Now they can tap right on this, and then they can open it and watch my video while they follow along with their math journal. How easy is that? And there's no hunting and pecking for them. The next day, if I have a different video, I just go ahead and I delete this one and I add a different one. And that's that, okay? So there's another wrinkle here when you have activities, and this is kind of cool. So let's say I want to create an activity where the kids do it, can watch the video and then do an activity. So I can say share activity. Now I just happen to have made one of these. And it's not showing up here. That's okay. So let's say this one is called like math sort or something like that. I can type my instructions in here. Okay, so watch the video, then complete the sort. Okay, I can even put more directions, like if I want to have the kids tap on the text tool or something, I can say tap, and then T, let's see, text, there we go, or I'm sorry, it's label, and there we go. So I can give a ton more directions here, all right? Now, let's say I want to add that video. I can go ahead and hit add example, link, okay, and attach it to this activity. Now this is kind of sweet. So after I did all my instructions for kids, I could do the template for the sort down here, So now I can say like, you know what? I want you to sort these by, 2-digit and 3-digit numbers, whatever went along with your video. Okay. So I can say 2-digit. There we go. And then I can say 3-digit. Okay. I can put all the numbers down below, have my kids sort them. Oops, sorry. All right. So now I've got that. And then there's my template for my kids to use. And there we go. So now if you think about this, my kids, they get this. And and I must have done this one wrong. Sorry. Anyway, but basically what I did here is I have a video attached the kids can watch. Okay. I have the directions and I have the template. So I basically gave them the video to watch, the template to use, and it's all right there. So that's the nice thing if you use the new activities feature is that you can make it really easy on yourself. Okay. Now, the last thing I would say about this is just be aware of why you're doing this. So the reason I do this is so that my students have, I double my instruction. My students have instruction small group from me. It's all leveled and differentiated. And then my students have a whole nother station where they get more instruction from me. So just think about that. That's why I still like using the fake students, because then my students can watch a video and follow along with their math journal. Okay, the activities, this would be where you might want the kids to record a response with their voice, or it's just easier to go paperless, like the sort. Okay, so just think about why you'd want to use those. All right, so that is Screencasting 101. And by the way, if you have Chromebooks or laptops, some great apps you could try would be Screencast-O-Matic. There's a few other ones that work for Chromebooks and laptops, but I like Screencast-O-Matic, and it's free. And then QuickTime for Mac. If you have a MacBook, your QuickTime player automatically, if you go to File, you can do a screen record right from there. And actually, if you just plug your iPad right into your MacBook, you can do what's called a movie screen recording, and then just say you want to record from your iPad, and you can do just like I did here. So, good luck with all that. I think it's great. My kids love it. And Seesaw just makes it easier to share your video with your students. All right. Well, hopefully that was helpful.